Joining us now is Hen Mazzig, a senior fellow at the Tel Aviv Institute. He also served as a commander in the Israel Defense Forces for 5 years, as well as a humanitarian officer in the West Bank. Hen, thank you so much for giving us some of your time. You know, we're really seeing this war reverberate across the world. It's not just happening in Israel, not just happening in Gaza. What is it like watching it play out from your vantage point? Because right now you're in Toronto.
Yeah, I'm here to speak up about the hostage situation and give some more clarity. I feel like there's really, as you said before, a fog of war. But I think that we need to remember that Israel is not retaliating in an act of a revenge. It's a retaliation in an act of trying to release hostage. I mean, we all have family members that are so close to us that if they would be kept by a terrorist organization, we would want our government to do anything they can to release them. And that's what Israel is trying to do right now. Hamas can end all of this by releasing the hostages, and they're refusing to do so. So I think right now what really is important is to focus on the elderly women, the sick girls. There's a disabled little girl held in Gaza right now that we don't even know what they're doing to her. We can only, I want to say we can only imagine, but we saw the horrific levels of barbarism from Hamas. So I think we know what they're doing to her.
You know, and Hen, is there a feeling that things are really happening behind the scenes to free those hostages?
We're hearing statements from the Israeli side, from Egypt, from now also Iran. The credibility of Iran is, of course, doubted by anyone that has followed recent news. We know that Iran has been lying to the world over and over again, and we also know their connection with Hamas. So we're hearing reports, but I think that right now the international community and all those countries, I've seen so many countries, dozens of countries that their citizens are held by Hamas right now, have to demand that they would release them. This is the humanitarian crisis that we're facing right now, that there are almost 200 civilians held, innocent civilians that are held by this terrorist group. So I think that's what the world has to focus on and demand that we would bring them back. We need them home.
Absolutely, Hen. So many hostages. You know, there is still this huge groundswell to make sure that they are returned and that they are returned safely, alive. Everyone is also kind of waiting for this ground offensive to begin. What do you think that will look like in reality? And then specifically when it comes to those hostages still being held?
I think that's a big challenge for Israel. As from my experience as a humanitarian officer in those areas, we're talking about, you know, an urban area that it's very hard, specifically for the Israeli Defense Forces, which is an army that does everything they can to avoid civilian casualties, to operate in this stage. It's not only that Israelis are being, innocent Israelis are being held hostage there. It's also that the Palestinians themselves are held hostage. We've seen videos of Palestinian civilians trying to escape from the north of the Gaza Strip. That's where Israel is going to start the retaliation, because we know that Hamas terrorist headquarters are there, and we saw that the Palestinian civilians were forbidden from going down to the south part of the Gaza Strip. That's where Israel wanted them to go to save those civilians, and they are also being held by Hamas. So it's going to be incredibly difficult for Israel, and also we know that they have created booby traps, and they are ready for Israel the Israeli forces to come in. So the Israeli forces are going to face a very serious challenge in the Gaza Strip once they enter.
Absolutely. Hen, my last question for you, admittedly, it's a tough question. There is such a violent history between Israelis and Palestinians. How do you think this ends? Do you think this ever ends?
I don't know how to answer that, really. I mean, I can tell you that I hope it will end. I can tell you that every Israeli, today I spoke to my mom and my grandmother that are hiding in a bomb shelter all day long because rockets are raining on them. They want it to be over. We don't want war. We want to live in peace with our neighbors. Israelis and Palestinians both deserve it. It's human beings on both sides that deserve to live in dignity, in security, and with safety. So I hope it will be over.
We all hope that, and you truly did answer that perfectly, because you summed it up exactly. Hen Mazzig, thank you so much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.